there were reports of the social media going down, particularly across Istanbul and Ankara last night. And we did have intermittent social media access from about midnight until about 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. But the news channels were still broadcasting, and in particular the Turkish news channels. Obviously, the south of Turkey is very different to northern Turkey, and I'm staying about 40 miles southeast of Antalya, so towards Syria, in that direction. It's quite calm here. I haven't been at the airport since I arrived late on Thursday evening, but people have been talking about it at the hotel today. I did try getting hold of the Foreign Office last night and the Vice Consulate in Antalya. I tried for 2 or 3 hours and I just couldn't get through. But this morning I was able to speak to somebody at the Foreign Office in London, and they just gave me advice to stay in my hotel, to avoid all public areas, because even though it was evident by sort of 10 o'clock Turkish time this morning the coup was over, obviously there were protests and demonstrations all across the country now, particularly because the president has called people out onto the streets. So really the advice that we've been given is to stay in your hotel, stay safe, be vigilant, and obviously keep away from large public areas.
It's interesting what you say about feeling distanced from the activity of this, but have you had any signs of either a coup attempt or anxiety within the security forces?
No, not where I am. I mean, the hotel that I'm staying on is right on the water, it's right on the beach. And because I haven't been out of the hotel today, I honestly couldn't tell you what's going on in the sort of closest town to me. So I don't know what's going on with the motorway, but I'm only sort of able to get information that's sort of on social media or on news channels. And I think that because I can see what's going on the news in places like Ankara and Istanbul still, there is no way I'm going to leave the hotel for the next few days, if at all. I mean, I'm due to fly back to the UK on Thursday, and the Foreign Office sort of said, you know, the best thing to do is to be in contact with your airline, make sure that they are still flying. If there's a backlog of flights, then keep in contact with them. But obviously it is a concern, and the hotel I'm staying in, there's lots of Russians staying here, so I'm very much in the minority, being a British person staying in this particular hotel. So it's a concern, and obviously this has happened a handful of times over the last 40 odd years in this country's history. And it's just such a shame for the tourist industry, because there are, you know, literally millions of people in Turkey who are reliant on the tourism industry thriving, and making the most of the amazing weather they have. And things like this are obviously going to have a huge and damaging effect on their industry. I mean, the hotel that I'm staying in, I would expect it to be very, very full. I would say it's about half full. So already I think the terrorist attacks that have happened over the last couple of years that have been very high profile are having an effect on the Turkish tourism industry.
I don't think there's much doubt about that. Well, Donna, good luck with your return home as and when it happens. Thanks very much for joining us.